When we think of dangerous weapons, our minds usually leap to swords, pistols, or even a good old-fashioned cudgel. But history has other ideas. I never thought I'd say this, but the past is absolutely riddled with fork stabbings. Yes, that's right, forks. Those humble table utensils have been wielded in fits of rage, drunken disputes, desperate self-defense, and even family feuds. And now, for you, here are 7 remarkable cases pulled straight from the newspaper archives. First, in 1894, a midnight meal turned violent when Tom Carpenter, described as a hard character, well known to the police, became enraged after prizefighter trainer F. Naylor asked him for a match. In a flash, Carpenter seized a table fork and stabbed Naylor several times. Carpenter was arrested for assault with a deadly weapon, and Naylor was hospitalized. Less than a year later, in 1895, Bartholomew Mulkerns got in a fight with his wife when she drove a fork clear through the fleshy part of his left arm and battered his head for good measure. In 1906, stage actress Neston Nielsen, Mrs. James Edward Axtell, was accused by her mother of a shocking list of crimes: kidnapping, drugging, beating, sicking bulldogs on her, and stabbing her with a fork. The dispute centered on property, jewels, and an alleged 6-month confinement. Axtell denied it all, blaming an unscrupulous sister for stirring trouble. In 1908, at Mrs. Day's boarding house, Joe Carter and a fellow boarder, Wilson, got into a drunken suppertime quarrel. Wilson grabbed a fork and drove it into Carter's stomach 3 times before the other residents pulled him off. 4 years later, in Chicago, 1912, Mrs. Grace Dyer didn't hesitate when a burglar entered her home. She grabbed a fork and stabbed him. The intruder fled, only to return minutes later. This time, she locked the door and called the police, who promptly arrested him. In 1916, when Mrs. Tuskowski refused her husband's request for a kiss after a long day of factory work, he allegedly pressed a long-pronged fork to his chest in mock despair, then lunged at her instead, stabbing her in the arm and head. When the police questioned him, he said she stabbed herself. And finally, 1960. Things don't ever change. During a heated parking ticket dispute, a policeman followed a man to his front door. The man's wife suddenly appeared and stabbed the officer in the arm with a kitchen fork. She was arrested for assault, and the officer was treated and released. And that's all I have for you right now. I have a few other stabbings and such coming up, so stay tuned, and until then, take care.